Hey, what's up everybody? It is June 11th and it's that day for me that we all anticipate almost as much as we anticipate hunting season coming in. But I'm on my way to my taxidermist. My mount for the 2018 season is ready to be picked up. Man, I'm all giddy. You'd think I was going to pick up a 200-inch animal, and I'm not. It was just an old coal buck. But for me, we had that story. I mean, I was on that deer for 3 years. He was just an old 8-point, and for 2 of those 3 years, he never got any bigger. So I knew he was old. And every year that I decided I was going to harvest him off of that lease, he would disappear during season and then always show back up. So of course, when he disappeared, you think, okay, well, someone else harvested him. He got killed on the road, whatever happened. And then every year for 3 years, that deer kept showing back up during late season, or I'm sorry, during late winter. And finally last year, I had some personal situations happen where I knew I was going to have a surgery, and my chase for 200 came to an abrupt end. So I was on limited time, and this guy presented a perfect shot, a perfect opportunity, and I took it. And I could not be more stoked to go pick up an animal that I have this much history with and proudly display him at the Deer 30 headquarters. So guys, keep hanging in there. It should be a pretty interesting episode. All right, everybody, as you can see, we're out at the farm. We got the mount all hung up at the office. So that looks great, old coal buck from last year. And then just ran out to the farm. One, I wanted to check this feeder and make sure that it's still full. But as you can see, I put 150 pounds of corn on the ground around the circumference of this feeder to kind of, jump start the deer coming to it. That's mostly gone, and then all around where that feeder is dispensing, I'm not seeing anything on the ground. I'm not seeing any corn. I'm not seeing any antler max, so I think they're hitting it hard. We're going to do a card pull today. It's been about a week and a half. Hopefully we have some really good intel on some potential big hit listers, so make sure you continue to tune in there. I can't talk. Stay tuned. All right, getting ready to do a card pull here on this one. I am concerned just with the angle that it's at, and that sunset's right there. So anything that's coming out around that dusk time period, if that sun's there, it's getting blurred out. So I'm gonna figure out a better place for this camera. So keep hanging in there. All right, everybody. So I'm gonna move this camera because, as you can see, that sun as it's going down, it's hitting right. It's probably messing a lot of the pictures that and intel up that we should be getting. But I'd say when I go to check this camera, a lot of our pictures are going to be blurred. Didn't think about that when I hung it. So that's why we do what we do, trial and error. I'm actually going to hang it in this tree here, a little bit higher, angling down. So again, I want to talk about the ultimate camera mount, but I don't want my show to be about product or trying to sell product. That's not what it's about. It's about sharing with you guys what we here at Deer 30 have found that works for us and why. So I think this is a great product, and I use it because it works, and it works well for what I want to do. So in this case, I want to hang this up here. And obviously, if you're using a strap method, you're going to have to get a bunch of sticks or something in there to angle that down and tighten it up, and it's going to probably rot and move, whatever. With this, I'm going to take this ultimate camera mount, I'm going to mount it up there. I'm gonna replace or put my camera back on top and seat it, and it's not gonna move. I'm gonna sit there at that angle. It's gonna stay at that angle, and I'll have good intel whenever I come back 3 months from now, whenever it might be. And ultimately, like I said, I don't want to make this to be an infomercial. I just want to share with you guys what we find works, and I think that's the whole point of the show, is to show you guys things that we do here at Deer 30 to help us be successful in the field. So keep hanging in there. All right, so as you can see, once I get this installed, I want to make sure that that nut, I'm going to say it again, the wing nut is on the left-hand side. So if you do it on the right-hand side, it doesn't allow you to get that torque when you go to seat it. So my wing nut's on the left-hand side. I'm going to tighten it down, and I'm just going to kind of work it until it gets at that angle. And then there's still a little play in it. So I'm going to back this one down. And I'm going to install my camera right to that. And of course there's a thorn bush on me, so that's perfect. All right, so I got that at the angle I want. And then I'm just gonna back this back up, so I want to go a little bit back to where I was at. Tighten that down, and then come around so that's nice and tight. Now, I want to drop it to the angle. So actually, let me just come back a little bit. Ugh. And the best thing is you drop it too far, you just click back, tighten there, and pull it in place again. Perfect. So right where I want it, I'm not getting that sun glare on it, and that thing is locked in place. So if a raccoon, a squirrel, anything gets up on there, should be good to go. I'm gonna clean this brush out so I got a good line of view, a good line of sight for any pictures that might get taken from the deer coming in and out and exiting this field or entering the field. So, and there's our camera, good and tucked away. Maybe that one won't get stolen. All right, so as you can see, I got all the debris and brush away from it, so no leaves are going down and falsely triggering that camera. Got all the vines cleaned out here, overlooking our trophy rock. And then of course, this is that big trail that comes up from the bedding and the creek, and then works its way out into our food plot and then our corn feeder. So should get a lot of intel there. Hopefully they stop here long enough to get a little mineral and get their picture taken. So we got that one up. Let's move on to the next one. So I'm walking up to go check the plot pod and the MEYER trail camera, and a gray fox comes up over the hill, literally goes right across the food plot, stops and looks at me forever, and then just works his way off like I didn't even exist. So pretty cool experience. I tried to take some video of it, but it was on picture, so I think I got some pictures. We'll see. Let's go over here and check this plot pod. MEYER trail camera. Again, not trying to be an infomercial, but look guys, as you can see, I have no good trees here to get any good intel off of where I've got this feeder set up. So again, no trees, no problem. I mean, I bring the plot pod out, got my MEYER trail camera set there. It's all staked in. It's been there for about a week and a half, hasn't moved. The deer haven't come up to it and nudged on it or whatever and shifted that camera. So I like talking about products that we use that work. And hopefully, I mean, because at the end of the day, if you're gonna go out there and spend your hard-earned money, my hard-earned money, you know, try something that works. Maybe spend a little extra $10, but at the end of the day, when you let a camera run for 3 months, you come back and you got the intel that you thought you were going to get from that camera. And so you're maximizing the cost or the money that you paid out to get the camera by having a good quality, you know, mount and get good quality intel anywhere you want it. So I'm going to repeat, I'm not trying to be an infomercial. I'm not selling these products. I'm just telling you that they work, and they work really well for us. So why not give them a shot yourself? All right, get in here on this old MEYER trail camera. And that sun's bad on this side. So I'm assuming it's recording me right now. I'm getting recorded of me recording. All right, so we just want to move that up to off. We're gonna reach over here. Well, it's hard to do a video at the same time. We'll pull that out, replace it, and let it run for a couple weeks. All right, everybody, just about to wrap up here. Got all the cards pulled, got some more corn out, seen a fox, that was pretty cool. And food plot's looking great, a little over 4 weeks. So it's amazing what some rain and a little bit of fertilizer will do to jumpstart that thing. Hope we continue to have some rain here over the next several weeks so those roots get good and embedded in the ground. But food plot's looking great. Keep tuning in because we're getting ready to do a card pull, or not a card pull, but card read, and hopefully we have some good potential bucks that might start making the 2019 hit list. And then keep tuning in for future episodes. Our next episode, we're going to be working on a micro plot out of the new lease that we picked up last year. So really excited to start putting in some work on that farm. We're going to clean out an old logging road and get a couple of stands hung. So keep hanging in there with us. And as always, wake up and hunt.